Housekeeping?
Housekeeping. Let's keep the house.
Can I keep the house, please, sir?
Our stings between segments are getting weirder and weirder, but like so slowly over time.
The first thing I want to discuss.
Yes.
We had a recommendation from Frankie, not Twitter Frankie, your friend Frankie.
Yep.
That I thought we could discuss on the podcast.
Also your friend.
Huh?
Also your friend. You play RPGs with Frankie.
Oh, yeah. But, like, you've known her longer.
Yeah.
She recommended that we do RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
And I just thought you might want to take this moment on the podcast to explain that.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, but I thought there might be reasons behind it.
There are. RuPaul in the past has said some pretty transphobic things. I'm not saying people shouldn't watch him because they can. I don't care. It's just in the past. I don't know if his views have changed. But, yeah, he's been pretty mean about trans people that have gone on that show and the concept of trans people in general. So, I'm probably not going to do it.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to do it, but it's going to be a shit culture swap if I'm
it's
the only one that's done it.
And I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted, if other people were listening, they might have been thinking, I'm going to recommend this, and now, on the record, Ellie ain't interested.
No.
So, Frankie from Twitter has sent us an email.
Cool.
It is titled Anime. I should probably give her actual Twitter handle. It's @BrissFrankie.
If the subject line is... I deliberately didn't read this because I knew you'd be reading it out on the show. If the subject line is anime, I'm fully on board immediately.
Okay, it says, hello. So here I am with an anime
if
suggestion.
the content is now fuck anime, Liam should never watch it again.
No. So here I am with an anime suggestion for Liam. Have to admit, my taste is probably more in line with Ellie's, as when I went through my list of completed anime, I found a lot of it to be quite fantasy, sci-fi based, which I'm not sure is your thing, Liam. But then I saw one that ticks your boxes. It's coming of age with some horror, so hopefully you'll like it. It's called Shinsekai Yori from the New World. It's available on Crunchyroll here, so I figure it's a good chance it is over there too. And I get premium access guest passes every month for them. Every month for them, so can throw some codes your way if you need them to check it out. So first, I'd like to say thanks, Frankie, for that offer. If we can't find it anyway, we might have to take you up on that. And secondly, I'd like to say thank you for actually finding an anime that ticks my boxes, which Ellie has been adamant not to do because she doesn't want to, bend to my will.
Sorry, we have done coming of age anime before. Princess Mononoke is about a young man who's exiled from his tribe and comes of age and learns to cope with the world and all its evils. So you can poke that up your ass.
I don't know if the listeners could hear me rolling my eyes then.
It made a very distinct sound.
Yeah. So, description from MAL, because I could never explain it well. Following a sudden outbreak of psychokinesis in 0.1% of the population, a rapid transformation swept the world. The godlike ability to manipulate matter remotely turned many power wielders to violence, inciting a long period of upheaval. Finally, after a chaotic era shaped by the rise and fall of oppressive regimes, the psychic humans were able to achieve a fragile peace by isolating their society, creating a new world bound by complex rules. In the town of Kamizu 66, 12-year-old Saki Watanabe has just awakened to her powers and is relieved to rejoin her friends, the mischievous Satori Ashina, the shy Mamoru Ilhu, the cheerful Maria Azuki. I'm probably butchering all these names, but I'm trying.
I know.
And Shun Anuma, a mysterious boy whom Saki admires at Sage Academy, a special school for psychics. However, unease looms as Saki begins to question the fate of those unable to awaken to their powers, and the children begin to get involved with secretive matters such as the rumoured tainted cats said to abduct children. Shinsekai Yori tells the unique coming-of-age story of Saki and her friends as they journey to grow into their roles in the supposed utopia. Accepting these roles, however, might not come easy when faced with the dark and shocking truths of society and the impending havoc born from the new world. So, have you heard of this one before, Ellie?
No, I don't think so. It sounds like I will enjoy it.
Yeah, I definitely think we should do this somewhat soon.
Here's the thing, Liam. I want to do it, and I'm fully up for doing it.
Yeah.
My worry is that we'll do it.
Yeah.
You'll go, oh yeah, this is great. This is exactly what I want. And then I'm going to go, well, fuck you. This is like, I have presented so many animes that have this kind of storyline that you have said no to because you're being a sulky little moody person about it. Like, the whole, like, watch Eureka 7 as well. That, Frankie, you please tell me you've watched Eureka 7 or Eureka 7, depending on how you pronounce it. And if you have, please tell Liam that he would enjoy that if he would, because it's such a good anime.
The one that I think, out of all of the ones I've heard you talk about, that I'm most like, oh, that might be up my street, is probably Tokyo Ghoul.
No, I don't think you'd like Tokyo Ghoul.
Why?
Because it does have a lot of, like, supernatural
Oh, okay, maybe not.
shit going on.
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know enough about anime to really, like...
I think you'd like Tokyo Ghoul for the sort of coming-of-age story. It's not quite coming of age. It's like coming into your own after a
The thing is,
life
right,
event.
now that we've done Barefoot again, I'm so happy to do more anime, because I do genuinely want to find some anime that I would enjoy, because there's it's like I've always said, there's so much out there that I can't just blanket say I hate it all.
No. Well, let's do this soon. Let's get this on the coming up list.
Yeah, well, you're in charge of that list.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm the editor.
Yeah, and you're in charge of that list.
Oh, sorry. Are you worried that it will cut into your busy time running the social media?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in charge of that list. So it's because no, in all honesty, it's because I'm happy to do pretty much anything that our listeners suggest, but you have more of a finicky, you want to veto things and all this sort of stuff. So
there's literally 2 things I've vetoed.
Go on.
The Godfather.
Yep.
Because I just know it will bore me and then everyone will be upset with me.
Yep.
And Sir Billy, because I refuse to watch that.
And RuPaul's Drag Race, so now we're at 3.
I'm not even going to count that as a veto. I don't want to watch something that someone who has been transphobic has done. That's not a veto, Liam. That's a moral thing that I'm choosing to do.
It's a veto.
That's not a fucking veto.
So I'm going to let you keep on top of this list. So add this one, whatever this is. And also, I am sorry for butchering all the names.
That's fine.
So Frankie goes on to say, and just while we're talking anime, I also highly recommend a short one, as in episodes are only about 7 minutes each, called Tonari no Sekukun, the Master of Killing Time. I should just skip the Japanese bits and just read the English bits, shouldn't I?
Yeah. But no, I don't think you should. I think you should try and read the Japanese.
I'm trying.
I think it's endearing.
It's also on Crunchyroll. Fun, just side note here. On Criterion Crack, the podcast I co-host with Amanda, we've just released Seven Samurai, and that's another episode where I'm there just trying my best but butchering Japanese names.
So if listeners really enjoy hearing Liam try and say Japanese names,
it's really bad, and I know it could like come across as a disrespectful thing. It's not disrespectful. It's just
I don't think it comes across as disrespectful. People realise it's because you don't know the pronunciation.
Good. So it's also on Crunchyroll and is basically just about a girl and boy who sit next to each other in class, and she gets distracted by things he's doing, which doesn't sound overly interesting, but trust me, it's so great. Is this one that you've heard of?
I don't think so.
Okay. And just because, here's some favourites. So I'm going to go through them, and I want you to just jump in if it's one you've heard of, or you've watched, or you like, or anything, okay?
Yes.
Chai Heya Furu.
I mean, part of the problem is going to be I'm not going to know if I've watched it, because you're definitely not saying the names right.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
Death Parade.
Oh, have I seen?
That's a maybe.
Maybe.
Flip Flappers.
I've heard of it, but not watched it.
Frankie said, "This one is so weird, just like its name, but so fun."
Yeah, I think I've heard of it and heard that it's weird. I think it's been on my list of ones to do for a while.
Kill la Kill.
Have I ever watched Kill la Kill? Kill la Kill's a big one. Like that's a famous one.
Nagi no Asukara. Psycho Pass.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Space Dandy.
Yeah, Space Dandy's good.
Yuru Camp, aka Laid Back Camp. All of these except Death Parade and Psycho Pass are on Crunchyroll, at least in Frankie's region.
I think Psycho Pass was on Netflix, because that's
Okay.
where I watched it.
Okay, here we go. And I'll finish this with an F1 update for Liam. So we got through all that anime stuff. Now we get to the good bit.
Moving on, culture swap.
Nope.
Swap my culture.
I skipped watching one of his films this weekend as my Saturday got a little ruined for movie watching. But since last time, I've watched We Are Your Friends, which we covered with the Zack Attack guys, Bad Neighbours and The Paperboy. I was not a fan of We Are Your Friends. I'm not into that kind of music and just found it a little dull. Bad Neighbours was pretty fun. I couldn't help but think of High School Musical 2 Troy when he was being a dick and thinking how this was him a few years later. I love
High School Musical 2 Troy is a dick.
He is, and I love that Frankie's like watching these films as being like relating them back to High School Musical.
How does this character tie into the High School Musical Troys?
It's so good. As she goes on to say, I swear half his films are connected to the High School Musical films in my head now. Also, one very cool scene I had to rewind and watch again because I loved how it was done so much when his girl and friend are going upstairs and he's just staring, and then his walk down the hallway, his staring, the music, the lighting, and everything was just so perfect. And then The Paperboy. It's been a while, and I don't even know what to think of this film. It kind of haunts me still, especially the ending, and I don't want to ever watch it again, but the performances were pretty good, so it was difficult to rank it when I usually go by enjoyment, but eventually decided on. And then Frankie has provided me a nice screenshot with her ranking of her Zac Efron films so far. At number 1, we've got Baywatch. Number 2, Bad Neighbours. Number 3, The Paperboy. Number 4, 17 again. Number 5, We Are Your Friends. And then Frankie says, and yep, no High School Musical films in the list anymore. It's just too hard to judge them against normal films, as they also have incredibly catchy songs which can't be separated from the films.
That's fair.
Love it. And then she said, oh, I almost forgot. Listen to your Paranormal Activity episode. That was pretty good for me because I didn't like the first film enough to keep watching, but I was curious what happened in the rest of the films, and now I know. But your discussion at the end about which to do next, I'm all for Phantasm. I picked up the box set a while ago, and I've only watched the first 2, but they are so fun and crazy and seem like the perfect kind of films to keep you going when you're watching them all in a row. This turned out longer than I thought it would. Oops. Anyway, hope you both have a great week.
I like the ups.
Honestly, I love it when Frankie sends like a long email. Like, I love when our listeners get in touch.
Yeah.
So
it is good.
We also had some correspondence on Twitter. I'll go through it quite quickly. Frankie tweeted us saying, as soon as we released our last episode, thanks for the good timing. Had a pretty shitty day, so happy I can listen to you two chat for a bit to improve things before I go to sleep. I'd go back to that, being like, damn, your day must have been bad if you're looking to us to improve it.
Fair point.
Hope we helped. And she said, yeah, you did, making me laugh as always. Also, it's totally fine to lie when it's to organise a surprise, Liam. You should just be happy that Kat is so thoughtful and caring to make sure she got you a good gift.
Just a quick check here, Liam. How many of the tweets that you're going to be reading out are people telling you that it's actually fine to lie in those situations?
Whatever, it's fine. Then me and you had a bit of a to and fro on Twitter, didn't we?
Well, a certain someone tried to slip it past me without. I think you didn't even like tag me in it, so that I wouldn't notice any notifications.
Well, I was seeing if you were paying attention to the Nerd on Nerd Twitter account.
No, I don't. So I'm lucky that I spotted it. You trying to rat me out?
No,
Liam was having a little bit of a go because there have been a few episode descriptions that, in Liam's eyes, are too short.
No, it's okay. It's not that. It's not that. Can I please explain my issue?
No, you can't. Let's move on.
No, I'm going to. Right. You do the description, and then at the end of it, you say, that's right, listeners. Ellie couldn't be bothered to do a long description this time, so she just went back to the old format. She's sorry about that. I mean, I'm Ellie, so writing this in third person is weird. Whatever. Just enjoy the episode, please. Now, here's where I take umbrage, because from that, what I think you mean is the episode descriptions that you used to do a while back, where you would put like little timestamps of when we discussed certain things, like a film review or something.
Oh no, I wasn't referencing that at all.
What were you referencing?
I was just saying that some of my episode descriptions recently had been good ones.
You say recently?
Listen, shut your mouth. When we first started Nerd on Nerd, my descriptions of the episodes were like cookie cutter, repeat the same shit every time. And then I got bored of that. And I think you were like, they're not great, let's change it. So then I just started doing weirder descriptions and like like that one that references me talking about myself in third person.
Yeah.
Because all the podcast descriptions on SoundCloud are written as if it isn't us doing it, which is one of the things I find hilarious when I then have to try and talk about stuff, because I always say like Ellie and Liam.
Yeah. That's
So
what I do when I
writing
do
it
the
as
YouTube description.
No, I know. Everyone does it.
Yeah.
But I just find it hilarious that that's the thing we have to do as podcasters.
Okay.
So there was a period of time where I was writing longer descriptions, not including that shit at the end, just longer descriptions.
Okay.
And then I know that sometimes I will put out descriptions when I'm in a rush and like an episode's a week late.
Yeah.
That I will just be like, in this episode, we chat.
Yeah. So I started
So I was
going
like, I'm
back
doing
through
that.
our episodes just to be like, what does the this time mean? I now don't know what you mean by this time, because all of the episode descriptions for the last, like, I think I went back like 6 episodes, which, to be fair, is about 2 to 3 months of Nerd on Nerd episodes.
Yeah.
And they were, like, my birthday one, which was the beginning of December. I'm going to read that description now.
I mean, do you want to do this? If you want to do this, we can do this, because I will just read out your YouTube description.
No, I'm going to read out my birthday. No,
let's
I
play this game,
this
Liam.
is where I have the issue, right? My birthday
No, go on,
one
go for it.
is, we wish Liam a happy birthday in the latest episode of Nerd on Nerd. Also, the title of this episode is a lie. He'll never grow up. I feel like the minimum for the episode descriptions, when you put them up on the podcasty thing that you do, should be at least mention the culture swap. That's generally like half the show most of the time.
I usually do. Sometimes.
Yeah, you usually do. But that one, I was like, this
up.
tells people nothing about what's inside this show.
To be fair, there's so Liam grows up, 78, 77 is short.
Yeah.
76 is slightly longer than that, but not long enough.
Yeah.
75,
Because I did stop going back, and I genuinely am curious
74.
now.
74 is back to that's when I was doing timestamps still. So I'm not
Okay,
gonna
so
count
that was
that's quite long.
74.
So there's a run of 3 or 4 episodes where it is too short. After Liam grows up, we get back to the same length as other podcast descriptions. This is the thing, listeners, is I was like, maybe I am, like, we were joking. This argument is a joke in how intense it seems on Twitter. Like, we both made it seem like we were really falling out. It got to a point where I messaged Liam and went, we've not, like, I was like, we haven't actually fallen out, right? Because I was, at one point, I was like, I wonder if I'm just not realising that Liam is actually really pissed off about this.
Which, this would be a weird thing to be pissed off about.
It would be. But I was genuinely like, because I'm like you, where I find it sometimes I struggle to read social situations. So I was like, I wonder if I'm just not picking up that Liam is actually, like, annoyed. And then me arguing back has just pissed him off more. So I just have to check with him.
I genuinely found it hilarious, especially that this time, because then going back through the episodes, I was like...
our recent stuff...
Huh?
If you look at our recent stuff, they are all a reasonable length.
I mean, but this is the thing, right? To me, I don't know what a reasonable length would be, because I don't listen to a lot of podcasts.
So, seeing as we're playing this game... listeners, my response to this was me posting Liam's YouTube video descriptions, which was unfair of me, because I know how he does them. But it also sort of proves my point.
The way I'm going to explain the way I do my YouTube descriptions is because I split.
No. I explained afterwards, so you have to explain afterwards.
Okay, all right. You do your thing first.
Let me just find the description. Right. Welcome to episode 59 of Nerd on Nerd. For new listeners, we begin by catching up with Ellie and Liam. The conversation this week includes: it was Valentine's Day. Liam spent it with his girlfriend Kat. They had a romantic night eating out and watching Black Panther, which Liam will talk about later. Liam and Kat went to Portsmouth and met up with previous guest Mark, and then a link to a video where we met up with Mark.
Julius, cross-promotion.
Kat wanted clothes for Valentine's Day, but Liam wasn't sure which clothes to get her. Yep. Ellie didn't get anything for Valentine's Day. Ellie went to a couple of gigs, Brian Fallon and the Wombats. Liam doesn't know much about music, but Ellie tries to explain anyway. This part of the show is where we go to the cinema and then provide a spoiler-free review of the film that we saw at the cinema. This week, both Ellie and Liam saw Black Panther, and so here is their review. This latest entry into the MCU is directed by Ryan and stars Chadwick Boseman. You list the entire cast of Black Panther in this description.
Because sometimes people find the videos by typing in actors' names.
Yeah, so you're tag whoring. Yeah. Liam thinks this film is a bit like Game of Thrones meets James Bond. Accurate? You tell us. The next film Liam saw at the cinema was...
Keep going, because I want you to get to the bit that I know you've got an issue with.
It's a love story about a woman and a fish man, directed by Guillermo del Toro, and starring... So we get a list of the cast again.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful film, and Liam will tell you why. Ellie's here with a review of Queer Eye Season 1, which is available on Netflix, starring Bobby, but he lists the cast. This TV series sounds to Liam like the kind of reality TV that he doesn't like. Ellie insists it's so much more than that. Where do you stand? There's so many questions.
I'm trying to get people, giving them something to respond with.
Listeners, just to let you know, I'm about halfway through this YouTube video description.
I put so much effort into them.
We're getting to my favourite part of this.
Yeah, no, I think you've made a mistake here, but carry on.
I haven't, because I can show you where the screenshot cuts. I don't think I fucked up. Have you actually got the video link, and have you checked?
Yeah.
Is it not in there twice?
So the thing is, I discuss 2 seasons of Prison Break. So I list the cast twice, but if you look carefully, I do say, now Liam's here with season 3.
Oh,
and
you're
link
right.
back to season 2.
They're just so fucking identical paragraphs. They are technically different.
Yeah.
That's insane, Liam.
Yeah.
Because they don't seem different.
But they are.
On the last episode of Nerd on Nerd, Liam that bit I have fucked up. There's a cut there. Reviewed Prison Break Season 1. And now Liam's back with a review of Prison Break Season 2. Created by Paul, starring the cast, blah, 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 blah. Liam's got to be careful with what he says about this show because he doesn't want to give spoilers, but he does let you know if it's any good. On the last episode of Nerd on Nerd, Liam reviewed Prison Break Season 1. And earlier in this episode, Liam reviewed Prison Break Season 2.
See, it's different.
Liam's here reviewing Prison Break Season 3. List the cast. This season was impacted by the writer's strike, so it's a shorter season. But is it good? Liam lets you know.
Yep.
Let's keep the house with housekeeping. This part of the show is where we check in on any listener feedback we may have received, and we also provide an update on any ongoing culture swaps. E.g., if you explain.
Can I just explain though, right?
No,
in that episode,
it's with Commander tweeted us. She thinks Liam's garden. He provides a garden update. Then Liam gives Amanda exactly what she wants. While Ellie is annoying and provides a top 20 top 20 films news to Liam in 2017. Okay, makes sense. Now we're going to swap some culture with Culture Swap. This is the part of the show where Liam and Ellie deep dive into a film, TV series, graphic novel, or video game. This week we are discussing Monster Hunter World, which we played on PlayStation 4. We played a significant amount of this game together, so we can provide you with our informed opinion. Developed and published by Capcom, this is an action role-playing game where you just give so much detail. Yeah. On the next Culture Swap, speaking of Cat, you don't actually speak of Cat.
Should they?
You don't.
I think I do in the episode.
Speaking of Cat. Okay. She's returning as a special guest to discuss the graphic novel Kill or Be Killed Volume 1. Who will kill? Who will be killed? We'll find out next time. Also, Liam gives a DVD update. Now explain yourself, Liam.
Alright, so...
That is too long.
Okay, so one thing. They are all that long. I'm not going to defend the length. I can tell you how I do it, and that will explain the length. But
yeah,
in that episode, we make a joke of saying, if you're a new listener, we're going to explain each part of the show for you. So that's why in the description it has an explanation of what each part of the show is. But the way I do the YouTube episodes is, if you follow us on YouTube, you'll notice, I split up the show into parts. So I do the catching up with, that goes up on a Monday. On Tuesday, we have all of the reviews we do. So the film reviews, book reviews, TV reviews, sometimes video game reviews. Once we've had a podcast review. That was a long time ago. Had to make a new logo for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then Wednesday it's housekeeping. And in the housekeepings, I tag who we talk about. So when I do eventually catch up, I can link it on Twitter and tag everyone in nice and easy. Thursday is the culture swap. And then on Friday, the whole episode goes up. And the way I do the description is I just copy and paste all of the descriptions from the previous episodes that have gone up that week into one nice long one. And the goal is, one, to give, hopefully enough information that if people are searching, it's going to come up. But not so much information that they're going to be like, I now know, don't need to listen to this.
Liam, I just read for about 10 minutes.
You did.
You're doing too much.
I'm just putting effort into it.
I know that it's easy. No, you aren't. No,
That's
you aren't. You're putting effort in to 4 days of content, and then you're not putting any effort in to the 5th day. So what I'm saying is, just do very minor effort on the 5th day, because that's also the day where you don't have to edit anything, because you can just literally
copy paste.
So just literally, write a paragraph. I don't mind the length of each individual bit of that. That's YouTube description length. That's fine. But just for the last day, don't post every description.
I'm hoping it helps with the searching.
I don't think it does.
I don't understand YouTube enough if it does. My favourite response to all of that was Tom tweeted us from his Can I Talk for 20 Minutes account saying, Mum and Dad are fighting again.
Yeah.
Amanda did also tweet us saying, are you two okay? Also, you'll like this tweet from Amanda. In the case of a gift to surprise your significant other, it is okay to lie. It's in the white lie pass area, like when you've had a bad day and you ask your partner if you look okay, and even if you don't, they should say you're always beautiful or something along those lines.
Yep. What a lovely tweet from Amanda, which helped succinctly explain it. How did you respond to that tweet, Liam?
Oh, is that what you should say? Oh, and then Kat said, I'm so lucky. And I said, well, next time you look a mess and you're about to go out, I'll say you're always beautiful and send you off on your merry way.
Oh, Liam.
I like this. So Amanda tweeted us saying, I enjoyed your discussion about Chris Pratt in the Lego Movie 2 review, because I wasn't sure if we should discuss that or not. And
I think it's a culturally relevant thing that should have been discussed.
And I'm pleased that Amanda enjoyed that. He's been my favourite Chris for years, but in recent weeks I've been rethinking my whole Chris ranking. Also, took my nephew Liam to see Lego Movie 2, and I agree that the credits song is the best song.
Fair enough.
Once again, Amanda made the mistake of listening to our culture swap on the marked ones as it was getting dark, and she got spooked, so she had to wait and listen to the next day. Does that count as 2 listens?
Didn't she? I don't know.
Okay.
Didn't she also do that with the non-a-thon-along?
Yeah, the Paranormal Activity.
Because I put spooky sounds in there.
Yeah, which I haven't listened to yet, but I'll get there.
It's. I was going to say it's worth it. It's not, but
I'll get there.
I like that I put little ghosty stings in between every film.
I really like Frankie's suggestion in the last email about doing Phantasm next. I think that could be a good shout. So Amanda said, I'm going to read that later. Oh, Tom tweeted us saying this week's episode is sponsored by pies, because we talk a lot about pies at the start, if I remember rightly.
How weird.
And Amanda did tweet to Kat saying, Ellie said in the episode that we should all tweet and say, I'm so sorry, Kat, and here it is. I'm going to add that you're a saint, and I thought your tactic to get the info about what horror thing to get Liam was very smart. Well done.
Yeah, see?
And Kat responded saying, ha ha, thank you. I was very pleased with myself, but of course Liam was a diva about it.
Yeah, you were.
And then the last bit of housekeeping, I posted on YouTube our review, my review of the first High School Musical book that you got for me, because I don't think there's enough reviews of those books on the internet, so I'm trying to promote.
Yeah.
And Frankie responded saying, I love your reviews of these books, Liam. It's so nice to hear about them without having to deal with actually reading them.
Yes, exactly. I think that is what we're all enjoying about you working through that series.
Yeah, I need to do the next one, really, because I leave it too long between each one, but I've got so many other books on at the go at the moment that we'll see. That's all the housekeeping, unless you've done any culture swappy stuff.
No, it's fine. Yeah, that's all the housekeeping, I guess.
What is there? Is there more?
No, it's fine. Whatever.
What did I miss?
Whatever, Liam.
I don't know what I've missed. I genuinely.
If you don't want to talk about my Twitter takeover and how successful it all was, then no, it's fine.
No.
Don't worry about it, listeners.
I didn't count.
Those of you that interacted with me during Ellie's Gift Queen weekend, you all know how much fun we had without Liam around. But no, it's cool. He's just jealous.
Kat said
I don't need you to read them out because it's hard to read out gifts.
Yeah, no, but Kat said she thought you tweeted too much anime bullshit.
That was deliberate because someone very early on, I think Frankie might have mentioned anime. Yeah, Frankie was like, there's not enough anime on this. And I was like, you're correct. Let's go full anime.
Yeah, so it's all Frankie's fault is what you're saying.
If you could see my Twitter search history in the gift section, it went from like joy, crying, whatever, to anime sadness, anime this, anime this.
While I was away, there was a lot of you tweeting gifts. But Ellie always gets mad when I read out every single tweet that we get
you also
on
can't read. This is the genuine truth, Liam. The reason I did that, and this isn't a joke, is I went, if I do GIFs for the entire weekend, Liam can't read these out because they're GIFs, and that's what I mean. He puts me in charge of the Twitter, and I do the one thing he can't do on housekeeping.
I could still do it.
It's just going to be weird.
It would be me describing the GIF.
Let's move on. I was just joking. It's all very good. We had fun.
Well, you had fun. I was in Austria trying to not die.
Yeah. I did feel bad about that.
That was housekeeping.